Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa, and in today's video, I first want to start talking about Internet Hulk. Now, there has been a award, which I'll get onto in a second, which has been dedicated to the memory of Internet Hulk. Now, of course, this is Dennis, and he, you know what, I'll give you a little bit of history about Dennis. So, he was the guy who set up Team Envious back in the day, before they became most of Dallas Fuel, well, basically all of Dallas Fuel, obviously there's some additions to that roster now, but he set that team up, and they were the most dominant team in Overwatch in the West. Now, what I mean by in the West is, I mean not including Korea. Now, Korea obviously is the strongest region for Overwatch, like it is for basically every other major esport. However, what Dennis did was he brought this team together, and they went to Korea. And this is historic, guys. They won Apex, the first ever Western team to go to Korea and win a tournament. That is just ridiculous. Like, that is unheard of. That is phenomenal. That is like a major, major achievement. Anyway, I guess I should talk a little bit about like how I know Dennis. So Dennis is obviously very esports focused when it comes to Overwatch and other games as well. He was actually going to be the League of Legends head coach for Team Liquid, but Dennis, I met him in Santa Monica for the Overwatch group stages. Now, obviously the UK had to play Germany, so we were having like some pretty interesting conversations, because obviously UK and Germany, you know, this goes back, well, England and Germany goes back, right? Not just within gaming and football, but, you know, there's a bit of history there. So we were having some pretty interesting conversations, and it was pretty funny. We also had some things I probably can't really talk about, but yeah, he was a legend, like, and we were really like having a good time. And it's very rare that I find somebody like that at events. Like, obviously, like, most people are very into the games that they're playing, and they don't really have time for like casual chat. Dennis, though's as old as me. This was the thing. Like, he's 30, I'm 30, so we're just sort of like, you know, we're getting along, we're having a decent conversation, and it's pretty cool. Anyway, we beat them quite easily in the group stages, and I wouldn't let it rest. I'm like, oh, you know, amazing victory. I'm like really rubbing it in, because Germany always, well, they win the World Cup. They are the current holders of the Football World Cup. They beat England all of the time in international competition. So the fact that we beat them, I was going to let him know constantly. And he's a legend. Like, he took it like a man. He was like, yeah, you know, whatever, we'll give you this one, you know. It was great. It was fun. Then I met Dennis in Cologne for Gamescom, and the German team actually had to do something on the stage, because obviously it's a German, it's the biggest gaming convention in the world, effectively, but it's German, so there's a lot of German press that goes on there, and the German team was sitting on the stage, the big massive Blizzard main stage, if any of you guys have seen that, and we're conducting an interview with the German press, and I was sitting off to the side of the stage pulling stupid faces at Hulk and like making rather rude gestures, and he's looking back at me, and I wish I could find this footage somewhere, because I think it's on some sort of German website possibly, or maybe even it's on, like, I don't know, German BlizzCon coverage, I'm not sure, but if any of you guys know where this is, then do link me up, because he's looking at me in that clip and he's like winking at me, like, because I'm being an idiot towards him. It was funny. But there's loads of other stories with Hulk as well, which are not really safe for work, so we can't really talk about them. But yeah, he was a legend, and it was a major shock. Well, he is a legend. He's not was a legend. He is a legend. It was a shock when I heard of the news of, well, he's passing, really, because I was looking forward to meeting him at BlizzCon. Like, we were talking to each other over Twitter, and I'm like, yeah, you know, let's get together, sort of thing. I think I even tweeted out my last conversation with him. But it was, yeah, it's just a major shock. Like, I don't. You know, anyway. But what happened as a result of all of this? Hulk, the legend that he is, there was a community cup set up, and I'd like to give a shout out to Nuki. She set this up. She's like very big in the European esports scene for Overwatch, and she set up this Hulk-tastic Cup, which was a way for all of the pros to get back together and sort of, you know, form teams and you know, relive the memory of Hulk, because Hulk was heavily involved in a thing called the Alienware Monthly Melee, which was it was a premier Overwatch competition before, like, you know, in the West anyway, before all the recent Overwatch League changes started to come out and stuff like that, and he was like an integral part of that, and so was his team. Yeah, so she set that up. That was awesome. It was great to see the community come together. There was a donation goal set up to help Dennis's family, because obviously you know, where he was in LA at the time. It's obviously going to be quite expensive to set things up like funerals, you know, and all of that stuff. So it was a really nice thing, and it was great to see all of the people that knew him come onto that stream and actually talk about, you know, their interaction with him, because like it's the same for everybody. Like, this is the thing, like Hulk was just like, that was just him. Like Dennis was Dennis. He was very real. Like he wouldn't, you know, he wasn't like two-faced or anything like that. He was the same with everybody. He was an absolute legend. Anyway, what has happened is there was a bit of a push, and you know, I got behind this because this needed to happen, for an award, especially an Overwatch League award, to be named after Dennis. Like, to at least you know, remember, you know, what he did for this game was massive. It was like absolutely huge. So there was a tweet yesterday from Overwatch League. Now it says this: celebrating the impact and mentorship, introducing Dennis Hoelka Award. Read more. So we go and read more, and it's, I mean, I'll just read this off. It's so nice. So what we've got here is the you know, the Internet Hulk Award. On November the 8th, 2017, it was with great sadness that we learned of the passing of Dennis Internet Hulk. To the esports world, Dennis was more than just an accomplished player and coach. He was a friend, a confidant, somebody who people looked towards for guidance and support. He reached out to those around him, drew them in and built them up. In doing so, he not only helped forge the foundation of competitive Overwatch worldwide, he changed countless lives for the better in-game and out. In his memory, the Overwatch League is introducing the Dennis Hoelka Award. This award will be presented at the end of each Overwatch League season to the player that we deem to have had the most positive impact on the community. From all of us here at the Overwatch League and Blizzard Entertainment, we send our deepest condolences to Dennis's loved ones. His intelligence, generosity and friendship will never be forgotten. So this is such a, you know, such a lovely gesture. They also, as well, at the time of the Hulktastic Cup, it was held on PTR, so we could see Moira and some of the new balance changes, and so the pros could have fun with that. They actually put out a server-wide message, and it was like the hashtag Hulktastic and in loving memory. So such a nice thing for them to do. Okay, let's move on to Moira. Now, it looks like Moira is going to launch today. This is because Doomfist launched on Thursday. So I think Moira is going to launch on Thursday. But, however, we've got Bill. Now, this is Bill from the dev team. Very active in the community, Bill is. I think this is from the Overwatch Discord, the Reddit Discord even. And this is Bill, and this is what he says. I'm so ready for Moira to be live. I can't wait to watch all of you play her. I hope you have as much fun as I have had on her. I probably played more hours of Moira in our internal playtest than our other recent heroes. Also, good morning, everyone. I hope you're having all a good day. And then there's a couple of responses. And then Bill says, I don't think we've posted the official date yet, but you won't have to wait much longer. Okay. And then he goes on to say this. Yeah, usually Tuesday is the magical day. Once every now and again, Tuesday doesn't work right now, but it's not much longer. Now, I think I've got an explanation why this doesn't work. So Blizzard have got, I don't know what this team is called, but it's like a deployment team. Now, every time a major game update goes through, this team can only focus on one game. So I think Heroes of the Storm normally updates just before Overwatch. So Heroes of the Storm will update, then Overwatch will update. However, something very special happened on Tuesday this week. We got, well, basically StarCraft remastered. No, not remastered. The free-to-play StarCraft 2, I think, came out or was getting ready to come out. So that probably took up all of their resources. And that's probably why this got pushed back to Thursday. Now, we know this is going to go live before the weekend because we know that for the free weekend, they are claiming that all of the heroes will be in the game. So we're expecting Moira to release today. Now, I want to give you guys a little bit of a heads up. There will be a video on the channel going out possibly later on today or maybe tomorrow. And this is showing a player called Custer who plays for Dallas Fuel using Moira in the Hulktastic Cup. And this is a fantastic breakdown. Again, this features Josh, who you've seen on the channel quite a bit recently. And this is a fantastic breakdown of the way Moira is played. So check that out. It will give you a very good idea of how powerful Moira is. I don't think she needs nerfing or anything like that. If anything, I think she needs her ultimate buffing. But anyway, we'll get onto that in the future because we need to just play her in live to see how she kind of works. And finally, we've got this, ladies and gentlemen. This was a tweet that went out on the 13th of November from Kata at Love Yourself. And this is what she said. Finally, an Overwatch mural in Toronto. I'm so happy. I can't wait to see it done. Ah! Oh. I choke. What the... I'm alive still, ladies and gentlemen. I'm alive. Yeah, so this is a massive Overwatch poster, which is being, well, slapped onto a building in Toronto. Now, straight away, I was like, oh, this is S-ATAIII, because that is S-ATAIII's art. Now, if you guys remember the anniversary event, the massive, like, image of all of the heroes that were currently live at the time, that like massive desktop picture is what's being used for this. And straight away I'm like, oh, this is official. This is some sort of official marketing thing. And then we get this. This is in LA. This is again artwork taken from that S-ATAIII massive image, and this is Mercy. So City of Angels, Mercy in LA. Apparently as well, there's also Bastion in Chicago. Now that's not been confirmed. That's kind of ironic, right? Bastion, a literal gun in Chicago, for whatever. And I think there is Zen somewhere. I think he's in New York, actually, Zen, but I couldn't find an image of that. But I have seen that, so I know that one's real. Now, what makes me, well, believe this is real official stuff, this isn't just like somebody going around, you know, reproducing this stuff. For a start, it's happening in multiple cities, but also it's got the age registration in the bottom left-hand corner there, so it says T for teen and Blizzard and all of that stuff. So I think this is official, but I don't think this is any kind of mad secret. I mean, it clearly says join us on that. So this is for the free weekend. This is, I'd imagine, some sort of like real-world advertising just to get people to notice, oh, hey, Overwatch, let's maybe try the free weekend. I don't think it's anything more than that. So yeah. So anyway, guys, let's just recap this video. So there is the new Dennis Internet Hulk, well, the Internet Hulk Award for the most positive player, or the player that's had the most positive impact on Overwatch League. This will be awarded every season, which is fitting for Dennis because he's had the most positive impact on Overwatch esports, like more so than anybody. So that's such a beautiful gesture by Blizzard. Then we've got Moira's release date, which I think is today. And then we've got the free weekend happening with these crazy giant posters all over the place. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Stylosa and this is Unit Lost. If you enjoyed the video, then please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I wish I could tell you some more colourful stories about Internet Hulk, but I best not, ladies and gentlemen. They're clearly not safe for work. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Toodaloo.